First The Office, now Friends. Why do we even have Netflix? Well, at least Diddy might bring back Making the Band, or maybe the new Nintendo Switch Lite could keep us company. We'll find out, guys. Welcome to the Download. As you can tell, the internet's talking about a lot of things today. I'm Denny Directo.
And I'm Cassie DeLaura, and we've got our producer Brianna joining us in the control room. Hey, B.
What's up?
I was gonna say our friend Brianna too, because our first
I'll be there for
you guys.
Thank you
well,
for being there for
at
us.
least you are, because it hasn't been our day, our week, our month, or even our year, and now we have no friends. We have no friends on Netflix, at least.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
That part.
because Netflix has announced that the TV show Friends will be leaving the platform come 2020 to head on over to its home, Warner Brothers, new streaming service.
Everyone has a streaming service.
I can't keep up. Yeah, no, it's leaving from Netflix to go to HBO Max come the beginning of the year, which is right around the corner. We're almost there. And, you know, obviously this comes after a lot of hoopla, I should say, over people being very frustrated. Because remember last year there were a lot of rumors that Netflix was going to pull Friends, and people were really pissed. Well, they said we're going to keep it through 2019. So technically they did uphold their end of their statement.
They're still holding up their end of the deal for sure.
Yeah.
What sucks is that it hasn't been that long that the entire series was available on Netflix, and let me tell you, when it did become available on the streaming giant, I binged it from the beginning to the end, and of course I've seen this so many times. So I'm not the only one though. Everyone is so upset that Netflix is leaving for HBO Max. Which, it's crazy because, like I just mentioned, there are so many media companies trying to launch streaming services to
I can't afford all these.
Exactly! I don't have money for all these.
I got Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon Prime, and I can barely pay my bills, okay?
Exactly, and then The Office was reported to be leaving Netflix
in
as early as 2021 because that might be going to NBC Universal's yet to be announced streaming service. And I haven't even finished The Office.
Well, you better hurry up.
But again,
you better hurry up before it gets taken away from you. This is why we can't have nice things.
This is why I'm broke.
That too.
I need to save up money just to watch all my shows. Brianna, how do you feel about this?
I just feel like we might as well just go back to cable at this point. All these streaming services, it's like we're about to have as many channels or streaming services we used to have channels. So
because think about it, almost each one is like depending on what plan you get. Like I have the one for Hulu at least that I pay for my brother and my mom to be able to share too. The family one.
Oh, for sure.
It adds up. I can't be paying for 7, 8 different platforms and streaming services.
And then you have to pay for internet so that you can have all that.
Yeah. And then I have Spotify too, just to get my music.
But the Wi-Fi as well to watch these things.
Yeah, exactly.
I know these are millennial problems, but like we're feeling it. Okay, I think also it cuts deep because when we talk about Friends and The Office in particular,
they're shows that we love.
Shows we're obsessed with, you know, like two huge sitcoms, fan favorites for sure. But that got us thinking, like, what could replace Friends on Netflix come 2020? Because there are a lot of shows not available on that.
Exactly, and it's a question that Catherine McPhee also has too. She took to Twitter, maybe giving a suggestion to Netflix. If we can pull up her tweet right here. She says, with Netflix removing Friends next year, I wonder what other cult show they could fill that spot with. So Netflix responded with a little heart and then...
And a gift from her show,
And a gift from her show, Smash. And this all started, you guys, because remember last year in August of 2018, Catherine McPhee had tweeted this. She was reuniting with her Smash co-star, and kind of sparked like rumors that maybe Smash and Netflix would do a revival.
And here's hoping, because she's right. It had a cult following, but not enough people watched it. I was one of them one of the people that watched this religiously.
And it was only 2
lasted 2 seasons.
And there were talks that it would be on Broadway or whatnot, and we haven't had it for a minute. So now is like the perfect time to bring it back. And she's a newlywed. She's got time on her hands. Like I feel like she's the one tweeting all this. I feel like she knows something too.
I was gonna say, she's either hinting and knows something, or maybe she is trying to manifest it, or maybe they're just playing with us. I will say, I would love to see Smash in particular on Netflix because it was on NBC originally, and it just didn't have the following. And the thing about Netflix, the original model of the streaming service is for niche audiences, offering all kinds of different stuff. So all you theater geeks, let's stand for Smash and get it on Netflix.
And not not just smash just the show, because you can watch season 1 and 2 on Amazon Prime, but like we want the revival. We want the new 2019 version.
Because it was short-lived. There was so much more story to tell. But again, for those who are unfamiliar, it was about the makings of a huge Broadway musical, like a smash.
You know what? I see what you did there. You know what else was short-lived? Even though it was only 6 seasons, I wanted it to be a lot longer. I mean, I think of my childhood and I think of a show that I want back and like a revival, and the perfect home for it would be Netflix. Is Sister Sister. Yeah. Sister. You guys,
never knew how much I missed ya.
Love this show so much growing up, and obviously there have been a lot of rumors, you know, of a reboot, a revival. The mom actually, Jackie Harry. She had at one point actually announced that there was a revival, but she kind of jumped the gun a little bit, even though it wasn't true.
And I will say, in 2018, or excuse me, actually in 2017, Tia Mowry teased it to me too. She said the cast members want it to happen.
Right, they want it to happen.
There's some roadblocks.
There's some roadblocks.
Yeah.
But who's to say that, you know, hopefully maybe next year or the year after that or whatnot, they could do a revival of it and it could live on Netflix.
Kind of like Fuller House.
Yes!
You know how they did it on Netflix.
Right.
Or if not...
And that was a hit for many seasons.
Right. And I would pray that if anything, they would make the entire series available on Netflix. However, we know that Disney is going to be launching Disney Plus.
So they're going to make it difficult for us.
And this is an ABC Disney property, so it might be on there. Who knows?
Well, maybe that's one of the roadblocks that they're facing, you know? We're just trying to keep our fingers crossed with it.
On Netflix? I want everything on Netflix.
I know. Also, another show, you guys, we were thinking, 8 Simple Rules. Do you remember that throwback? It was such a good family-oriented show. I'll never forget, my brother, my mom, and I used to always sit down weekly to watch this. And obviously, you know, 2 huge characters have since passed, John Ritter and James Garner. But, you know, the show, I feel like, could honor them in a very special way and come back for a revival. I mean, obviously, Kaylee Cuoco is done with The Big Bang Theory right now. Amy Davidson, David Spade. I mean, just it was such an epic cast that I feel like could reprise those roles seamlessly.
Seagal. Yes. Yeah, no, I feel like it's also one of those shows where people who never found it when it originally aired can be reintroduced to introduced to it on Netflix.
And not miss a beat.
Exactly.
Right.
One show that Brianna and I hope comes back is the Chappelle Show. Not comes back. Well, I guess I would love for it to come back,
been
but
gone
like
for a minute.
also I would love to see it on Netflix because so far I think you can only watch it on the Comedy Central app, and you can buy the whole series on YouTube. But wouldn't it be so much easier if we were just scrolling through our Netflix queue, Brianna?
And you could watch it.
Yeah, it was on Netflix at one point, but they took it off, which was the most heartbreaking day of my life. Because I mean, how can you not watch Dave Chappelle as P. Diddy or as Prince or as Rick James? I just need to see it every day.
But B, don't you want him to like completely revive the show?
Yes, I would love for him to do a new version of the show, because anytime I'd watch his stand-up, like he tells all his jokes as if they're a sketch. So I'm watching it and imagining it as a sketch. Like, just do a show. Just give me a show. That's what I need.
Give me the show. He's busy. And also, I will say Chappelle Show was also short-lived. There was only a couple seasons. And but when it was still as popular as ever, you know, Dave Chappelle's a touring act, so I think he wanted to go do other things. But I'd love to see the show come back. We polled our community tab on etlive's YouTube channel about which of these shows you guys would love to see either be revived or appear back on Netflix. And 48% of you said Sister Sister.
Oh, see? It's nostalgic. It's such a great show. So we'll keep our fingers crossed on that one. But if there are any other shows that we missed, like maybe like Desperate Housewives that we'd love a revival, comment and let us know. Please let us know.
It's all about nostalgia. And speaking of nostalgia, maybe we can bring back Making the Band to Netflix. Kidding, but something might be in the works for a revival of the former hit show. This, according to the man himself, Diddy.
So Diddy took to Instagram, you guys, and basically said that MTV had called him to ask him if he'd want to bring back the show. Obviously, it was a very huge show, and I will say, I mean, like bands like Danity Kane came out of it, who are still making music today, so there's a reason why we should bring it back. Exactly. And there's been a lot of conversation within the last couple days on Twitter. A lot of people want to bring this back. Diddy here says to MTV, do you guys have a big enough bag? I want my MTV.
Do you see what they said?
Consider the bag secure.
And that's something he did address in a video on Instagram. He said that they called, his first thought was like, can you pay me? Is there enough money? He said, yes, that's it. For him, apparently it's he says that he has done so many things in his career. He doesn't know if he wants to go backwards.
Right. Also, kind of don't fix something that's not broken type of thing.
Right.
Like, obviously, when you revive or bring back a show like this, you have to do it with care and with caution.
And that's exactly why I think he's addressing fans directly and asking, do you want this back? And here's what, this is his question to everyone who was a fan of Making the Band. Take a look.
Years ago, I did something that will probably go down in television history, this show called Making the Band. MTV called me out of nowhere and was like, hey, what do you think about partnering and Making the Band back? I was like, man, something's so great, sometimes you don't need to mess with it. Then I was like, but I have some concerns because, I'm trying to, all of the things that I've done, I don't want to go back and be doing things and tarnishing my legacy. But there's a lot of people from this new generation, there's a lot of people that love the show that, love the show that, never got a chance to really see it or experience it.
It's so funny because he says there's a lot of people who love the show. And like I mentioned before, a lot of people were taking to Twitter to express that love. One of those people was Seth Rogen, who tweeted saying, do it, please. Wale got into they're leading the charge here to bring Making the Band back.
Because to be fair, it did birth some amazing acts like Dandy Kane. There's also Day 26 and the band, but more than anything...
I don't remember those.
No, they had some considerable success. I mean, it's kind of incomparable to Dandy Kane in particular. This is my favorite song, by the way. But I think what people loved about the show, too, is you got to see Diddy act up. Everyone remembers him making all those contestants walk the Brooklyn Bridge to go get him some cheesecake. That's some good TV.
I also think there's something too about bringing it back a decade later because it ended in 2009. Right now would be the right time. So
don't you think, B?
Yeah, the best part about that for sure would be to see Diddy being Diddy because you saw the Chappelle Show sketch, having someone get some Cambodian breast milk for Diddy. That seems pretty much on par. So I would like to see Making the Band just for that.
Which reminds me, Diddy was being Diddy in that Instagram video, playing all coy and being like, I've done so much and this is going to go down in history. I don't want this to tarnish my legacy if I bring it back.
I finally found a place where we can take our talents, Brianna and Denny. We love singing. We could be the next thing.
We should audition.
Diddy make the band?
Listen.
There we go.
Audition. I'm here for it.
We are so here for it. You know what? Something else that the internet is here for, you guys. The new Nintendo Switch Lite. You would think today was a Thursday, like a TBT.
Right?
But you know what? It's Wednesday. Way back Wednesday. All this nostalgia here, you guys.
This is something that has been trending all day on Twitter. People are so stoked for this. It's the new Nintendo mini console is what I'm going to call it. It will be released on September 20th. Now, the cool thing about the Switch Lite, guys, is that, one, it's cheaper. It's $100 less than the original. It'll cost you just about $200. Comes in these 3 colors here, which are so dope and perfect for summer, even though it's released in September. But this is the thing. It's handheld only.
Right.
So you can go anywhere with it and play your games. Parents watching, your kids can quiet down in the back seat of a car because now they have the video games.
I know this sounds like such a first world problem. It's so millennial of me, but I can't imagine holding a Nintendo Lite like that and trying to navigate my fingers because they're so used to texting and they're so what is the word I'm looking for? They're trained almost.
Yeah. They are trained, and
you gotta make it horizontal.
And there won't be apparently there won't be any detachable joysticks. It's there, right? So I'm kind of here for it, and they look cool too.
Kind of looks like the PSP, to be honest, and also like a T-Mobile Sidekick.
But people are stoked. Are you guys excited for the Nintendo Switch Lite? Let us know. Are you gonna cop it September 20th?
Was Nintendo a part of your childhood?
Oh, Super Nintendo.
Super Nintendo. Okay.
Sure. Donkey Kong, Mario Kart Race. That was my childhood for sure.
You know what was my childhood?
What?
Barbies. I had the whole damn town in my basement. I had houses. I had 6 cars. I had the whole works. And you guys, that leads us right into our MVP, the most viral post, because, Barbie, as innocent as she seems and appears, she's got some secrets, y'all. There is a
Apparently.
viral hashtag, the joys of the internet, on Twitter right now of hashtag Barbie's dark secrets.
Poor Barbie. Why they
Poor
gotta do dirty like this?
Barbie.
Look, they painted Barbie like a serial killer. Who made this photo? How does it exist? But the tweet's funny. She's definitely a serial killer. I found this pic on the deep web. Please don't support her. She's a monster.
I did not do this with my Barbies. Full disclosure. That is not what my little town in the basement looked like.
These backstories, though.
Oh, Barbie's dark secrets. She's not afraid of needles. It looks like, this is botched Botox Barbie. I mean, her face is so pristine and perfect. That hair, I mean, we always wondered how Barbie got to be so perfect.
How about this one? This one's a little more timely. Her mom paid $500,000 and photoshopped her on the rowing team to get her into USC hashtag Barbie's Dark Secrets. Poking a little fun at that college bribery scandal that we seem
Very
to find a lot of
pointed
friends
right
in.
there.
Yeah.
Oh, this one, Barbie's Dark Secrets. She's a little different first thing in the morning. She
don't-
woke up like this.
Finally, she's.
That's before she went to Dr. Laser.
See, Barbie is just like us because that's exactly what I look like in the morning. Okay, folks? Hashtag Danny's Dark Secrets.
Before you put those little
don't-
iPads under your eyes and get into depuff.
I don't wake up like this.
Are there any more? These are great.
You know what? I feel like one of Barbie's dark secrets is that she has a vlog. Okay? Did you guys know
she's
this?
an
She is an
swear.
influencer. Okay? She has a YouTube channel, of course, but a vlog with Ken. The channel has over 6 million subscribers. It includes like do-it-yourself and cooking videos, house tours, of course, makeup tutorials. I mean, she is just a budding brand.
I mean,
how to feel about that.
Right? Because it's like our childhood. Like we grew up with Barbies, and to think like had I known then that in 10 years she'd have a vlog, like it's just so on brand.
But she's doing it
So millennial of her.
So, I mean, she's doing a what's in my bag
But I will say,
video.
as I've grown, she's grown with me.
Yeah.
I don't have a vlog, but she does.
That's true. I mean, I used to go to her website when I was little, and you could like dress her up and stuff. So I guess now this is the new version of that.
She's technologically advanced.
She's a YouTuber.
She's a YouTuber. I love it.
Soon she's gonna be selling Fit Tea and teeth whitener with the hashtag ads.
I love it. All right, you guys, that does it for today's download. We'll be back tomorrow with
We
another
love
one.
you, Internet. Thank you for
Truly.
these topics.
That's
today.
why this show exists. Bye.